So, hello, dear Taiji friends. Today is the 2nd of July, 2023. Welcome to our One Taiji Lecture a Week, public lecture from the European Taiji Culture Communication Center. The European Taiji Culture Communication Center is a global network platform and provides a gateway for many of deeper application of traditional Chinese culture, philosophy, medicine, and sinology. My name is Qiang Yu, living in Germany. Today, we are glad to have our Grandmaster, Mr. Zhao Youbin and Mr. Zhao Liang, to give us the last section of Yang 37 step of Taijiquan. The 34 name step forward, piling and punch, 搬拦锤. The 35 is operated close up, 如封似闭. The 36 is named horse hands, 十字手. The 37 is our closing form. So I will very appreciate for Mr. Zhao Youbin and Ms. Zhao Liang to take our wonderful video for the preparing. Okay, now I will start on our learning video now.
Hello, I'm Zhao Youbin. I'm very glad to meet you again. It is the 12th and last class for 37th of Yang family Taijiquan. In the previous 11 lectures, my boy Zhao Liang demonstrated and explained the routine movements, and I focused on detailed explanation and demonstration concerning essentials of techniques of hands, eyes, body, and stances, steps. With this period of learning, you should have already mastered basic skills and essentials of this routine, which means that now you are on the right way for practicing Taijiquan and improving the fitness. However, when practicing Taijiquan, what should we pay attention to? Here, I would like to give you some brief details that will surely help you to improve practicing effects. 1. The environment should be broad and airy, avoiding windy, damp, mildewed, and direct sunshining places. A good environment is significantly beneficial to the health and to improve the practicing effects. 2. No matter how hot the weather is or how much is the sweat generated when practicing Taijiquan, we should wear long-sleeved clothes and pants. The movements of Yang family Taijiquan are relatively slow, but the body heat and sweat is also slowly generated and dissipated. Long-sleeved clothes may protect the heat from being dissipated at any time and may nourish the body with our own vital energy, with qi. It is similar to the function of a quilt when sleeping. On the contrary, short-sleeved clothing cannot effectively retain the body heat. 3. Never practice Taijiquan when being too hungry or too full. Be sure not to have a cold bath immediately after having practiced Taijiquan. We had better have something in the morning, such as some milk, bread, and eggs. 4. Each time when we start to practice, or if you are a beginner, the postures should not be too low, and the movements should not be too hard. We should do it according to our individual state of the body. We may start exercises as if we were taking a walk. After warming up, we may gradually lower the postures so as to avoid possible injury. 5. The 85 form fixed by Yang Chengfu takes about 25 minutes for practicing once. This section of time is just right for getting good effects in both physical and mental relaxation. As for the 37 form, it takes about 6 to 7 minutes, so 3 or 4 times are suggested. And how do we properly link up the former routine and the latter one? In the form cross hands, we have lower the hands by the size of the hips, with palms facing down and fingers pointing forward. Now, from here, from this point, we start the next time with the form grasping the bird's tail, and so on. The 37 form is derived from the 85 form. The latter routine was fixed by Yang Chengfu and is the essence of Yang family Taijiquan. Practicing Taiji requires Gongfu. Gongfu means time and continuous exercises. So that's why we say practice makes perfect. Gongfu grows with time and practice. No matter in the morning or in the evening, as long as you stick to practice for 1 or 2 hours a day, it will be suitable and effective. You may do it every day, or you may have 1 or 2 days off, but you had better do it at the same time in 5 continuous days. Then this will lead to regular exercises. Gongfu and the amount of exercise will be accumulated, and the muscle memory will be increased. 6. Practicing Taijiquan, essentially for beginners, firstly requires likeness in form and then in spirit. That means that in the primary stage, we should focus on skillful and correct movements in order to comprehend essentials of Taijiquan, and then gradually to be able to show the charm of Taiji step by step. But likeness in form is never equivalent to likeness in spirit. Though it looks that you may practice Taijiquan quite well, you cannot say that you are showing its authentic, lingering charm. The authentic charm of Taijiquan is mainly its essentials and connotations that guide the complete process of movements. Here, the the proficiency is the key to pursue the likeness in spirit. Nobody may reach the stage of likeness in spirit when just starting to learn and to get familiar with Taiji postures. It is a long process of exercises, of getting familiar, and of accumulation. During this process, one may gradually use the essentials throughout all movements and finally reach the state of likeness in spirit. Through continuous understanding and digestion of Taiji essentials, as well as the comprehensive applications in specific movements, you will gradually know the rules and follow the rules. Step by step, you will get to higher and higher stages until you may get out of the rules but not break the rules. Then your Guangfu will be excellent. The routines of Yang family Taijiquan include 8法5步, 8 methods and 5 steps, 37 form, 85 form, 快拳, fast fists, etc. Besides, we have weapon system including sword, broadsword, staff, etc. Actual combat system include 推手, push hands. Another one is 功法体系, exercise system, for example, 站桩, stake standing, or special exercises of a certain posture, power generation, warming up, etc. for improving the practicing quality and physical fitness. It is a long process for everybody to learn Taijiquan well. We have already learned 37 form, which is a very good base for our further study, especially for learning the classic, traditional, and original 85 form in order to really inherit the quintessence of Taijiquan. Taijiquan is one of the quintessence of Chinese culture. It is not only a skillful sport, but also a tool for pursuing the quality of life. If you would like to get more information or training video about Yang family Taijiquan, please be so kind to maintain your focus on my WeChat media platform and TikTok. Zhao Youbin, Taiji culture, Yang Zhao, Taiji, etc. Our training center is situated in Xi'an. You are welcome at any time. Finally, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to the European Taiji Cultural Forum for your wonderful organization. I would like to express my gratitude to all staff behind the scenes for their hard work. Many thanks to the friends who took part in the video recording and translation. Best wishes to you. Thank you.
左脚跟为内收，重心左移，左手变掌，右脚加逆扣，右拳打出，然后抬右腿，两手向左侧画，左手做掌，然后 右脚向右斜方迈出，左手右手腕，在弓步翻拳，左腿连续的向前迈出，同时两手前后拉开，随弓步右拳逆旋向前击出，左手收回，竖掌收在右肘内侧。第一动，右拳变掌，掌心朝上，微向前伸，左手心翻朝下，收在右手背下。第二动，重心后移，右手肘向后撤，左手随右臂下向前捧，掌心朝里，然后体微左转，两手分开。3. 掌心翻朝下，微向下按。4. 弓步推掌。左腿重心不变，提右转，同时两掌心翻朝外，两背可弧形向上伸至头前，同时左脚将内扣。2. 两手左右分开画圆，起右腿同肩宽落下，先脚掌后脚跟。第3，两手腹前相交，右手在下，左手在上。4，两腿徐徐起立，两背同时向上，伸至与胸齐，掌心朝里。两背微内旋，两手微前伸，左手经右手背上，左右分开，同肩宽同肩高，然后两背徐徐下落，落至两胯旁前，最后五指朝下，左脚与右脚并拢。
Hello everyone. Today we'll have the explanation for lesson 12. is also the last lesson of our class. Last time, we talked about turning and swinging the lotus. I wonder how well you have got the key points and difficulties of this action. After a month of learning and practice, this action is difficult one in the 37 style. After turning and swinging the lotus, the next action is shouting the tiger with bow. The characteristic of this action is to do it in the oblique direction. After turning and swinging the lotus, we squat here, right hand facing up, sitting left palm, then lunging, rotating right arm, left hand heading forward. This is the shouting tiger with bow. As we can see, I stand here, my body facing at 45-degree angle, then take diagonal stirrup, lunge, turn around and up the fist, heading diagonally to the left. It is an actor of 4 diagonal angles. We can see that clench fist with your right fist downward and the left one upward. Now, to mention how to perform this action, nerds compare it to an action called the tiger street, learned before. After finishing, once the neck lifted, this position is the same as the starting of shouting tiger with bow. After turning around, change our hands into palms, facing upward to get twin peaks. In fact, in 85 style, after falling, turning around, there is also a right diagonal tiger street, exactly the opposite of the one just now. At this position, turn your head and look diagonally to the left. That is to turn 19 degrees while heading to the left side with the left hand and back the right hand a little. These 2 movements have almost the same direction. One is to draw a bow and shoot arrows. Shoot tiger. The other is to use 2 fists to hit the tiger. One is to close inward, and the other is to open outward. These 2 movements can be more easily mastered by analogy while learning. One more again about the main points. Turn around, take 45-degree diagonal stirrup with your right foot and half lunging. Second, lower both hands, turn right with the lunge, bend your elbows and lift them up. Then continue the lunge. Rotate your right arm upward and head diagonally to the left with your left hand. There is a 45-degree line. You fist at the same level as your chest. The right fist is on the outside of your right temple, and your eyes focus on the left front. Take a side view. 1. Turn around and lower your foot. Bend your elbows. Turn your wrist. Up fists, and keep your eyes on the right rear. Then continue the lunge. Rotate your right arm up, and your left hand hit towards the left front. Aim diagonally at the left with your left fist. Look again in a different direction. What shall we pay attention to? As soon as you step down, turn your body to the right and swing your hands like a rope. When you take lunge forward, only turn back, not turn your waist. Turning your waist can make you easily lose your balance. The body and nerves are in line, so the body will swing back and forth. The correct way is to bow in this direction and only turn your head back, standing in this way. The body is horizontal and stable, and we should notice this part. Let me demonstrate it again from the back. 1, 2, and 3. This is the practice of shouting tiger with the bow in the oblique direction. We may remember in nursing turn, we learned a motion called stepping up towards crouch. Which was mentioned as one of 5 trees in Taiji. Next, we'll have the final tree called parry and punch. I will do this action first for more clear and demonstrate it from the side. Sit back, make a right fist, bend the elbow and backward, hold your hand together. The first one is called move, block, pound, and hit. As I mentioned before, each tree has different hitting direction. Nora punch is used to hit the crotch and abdomen. The parent punch is used to block and hit the chest and face. Put your fist level with your shoulder and put it in this place. These 2 actions are very similar. Both hands retracted at the hip joint position. One is flat charging, hitting diagonally downwards. The other is hitting diagonally upwards, and the left hand is blocking with palm. Move, parry, punch. Pounding towards crouch refers to bend the left elbow back, extending one hand and retracting the other. So next, one is to go out and the other is to retract. But in move, parry, punch, move the right fist to the outside and back the left hand. We can compare the actions we have learned to make it easier to remember and master. Now next, having more details about it, follow the shouting type with bow. Firstly, move the left heel inward a little, sit back, still clench your right fist, sink the shoulder and drop the elbow, and hit the fist forward. Bend your left elbow, change your left elbow, change your left fist into palm and backward, then hitting forward with right fist. When sitting back, back your right foot in again. This is the first move. One more again. Inward the heel, backward the left hand, hit forward with the right hand, back of the right foot. This is the first move. The second move, bend your right elbow towards your ribs. Extend your left hand in an outward arc. Sit palm. When doing this, turn your body slightly to the left, eyes aim to the left. This is the second move. Connect the 2 motions. The next move is the 3 techniques of moving, parrying, and pounding. After taking the first step, place your left hand on your right wrist and follow the lunge with the right spin outward. This is the move. Reach hand out to stop lunging. with right face forward. This is hitting the all defensive motions, and in the end, the face goes out and hits. From here on, we talk the first step forward, and when taking continuous step, our feet should be tilted upwards, your left hand facing your right wrist. Hands seem to be touch each other. Follow the lunge. Rotate your arms with your right hand. Look at your right wrist with your left hand on your neck. Keep stepping forward as well as left hand foot. Place your right hand next to your right crotch and left palm upward, your palm and wrist upward, the little finger facing forward. Next, take lunge and kick and rotate your right hand forward, while back your left hand to the inside of your left elbow. Now let's take a side view. As soon as we step up and join hands, our toes should fall diagonally. When bow forward to get the lunge, need to swing our right foot slightly outward. In the lunge, place your right hand above the right nerve. Step up with both hands and foot. Place your foot on the ground. Left palm upward. Then lunging and kick your nerve to punch. The right fist forward, the left one backward. Now look at this direction again. Step 1, step up to curl the hands. Step 2, lunge to move the fist. Step 3, step up to block with the palm. And step 4, lunge straight forward. There's other motions. Next, we'll continue to study the last few movements, such as curling, crossed hands, curling form. There's 3 movements appear before the curling. I'll demonstrate it continuously. Apparent curling up. And cross hands. Turn around. Feet parallel, ready for the curling. Cross your hands. Next, apart your hands in the next move, and let your hands fall flatly, just like opening form. Finally, relax the wrist. Lift the left knee to the side of the right foot, which is the end of the routine. Before curling, please take a look at the action. Watch my neck. Right lunge. This is squeezing. After squeezing, open both hands, bend the elbows back to the chest, press down and push forward. Notice the way of turning the moving, parrying, and hitting into a curling. Opening both hands, not look like the pressing just now. Actually, it's just a pressing down, then push it out. This is the left lunge. Actually, it's pressing. There is a slight difference between the method of curling and squeezing. Now please take a look. How can we change the moving, parrying, punching? The first move, bend the right elbow back. At this point, place the left hand on the right elbow, the left palm facing downward. Sit back and bend the right elbow. Rotate left arm outward, 2 palms facing inward. Rotate left hand to the left chest and the right hand to the right chest. At this point, Turn around and palms root downward, just like in the pressing. Then take a lunge and push your palms forward. The tiger's mouth and shoulder socks are at the same level, and do this according to the requirements of grasping the peacock style. Looking carefully, sitting back, bending elbow, and put your right hand back like knife cutting. Place your left hand under your right armpit. Roll out from under it, with the palms back facing outward, to form a wadding off here. Then rotate your hands inward and open. Press down, turn forward, lunge forward, and push out. Looking in this direction again, bending the elbow, wadding off, pressing and pushing. This is the curling. Change hands. Open to the chest. Rotate while pressing down. Don't press too lower at your stomach. Push out with the lunge from this place. The tiger's mouth and shoulder sockets are at the same level. Also, when pushing forward, be careful not to push the neck out but the hand not yet out, or push your hand out but the neck not yet out. Another thing to notice is that when pushing forward, do not move your body forward. Many people push forward and their bodies follows. Unfold your hand and feet, just push it. Please energize this action to the pressing posture of holding the bird's tail. Please compare this action to the pressing of grasping the peacock's tail. Now next, let's talk about the crossing hand. You can see the posture. Standing here with feet as wide as shoulders, this is the posture of opening form. Lift both hands up, and the wrists meet to your collarbone. Palms back facing outward. Standing here, this is the crossed hand. We need to return to the direction of the opening form. Now is a lunge, turning around at 19 degrees. Think the crouch, back of the foot at 19 degrees. Then shift the gravity to the nerves. Lift the knee and neck, relaxed, and then drop the foot. While dropping, make sure that the feet are parallel and shoulder widest apart. This needs a long-term practice to have an accurate direction of the foot. Don't drop casually or put it back. Be sure to lift it up. Relax your waist and hips, and let your feet fall. After your toes touch the ground, shift your weight to the right leg. Get balance. After balance, push on the ground and stand up to go, like this. Wrap the crouch and back of the foot. 2. Lift the knee and neck. 3. Move gravity when lowering the foot. And 4. Stand up against the ground. This is demonstration of nerves. Hands goes with the neck starts. About tense. 1. Back of the foot. Open the elbow and the tight mouths face each other. Up your hands in the arc on the outside of your two foreheads. Then knee lift, hands spread out with your tiger's mouth and shoulders at the same height. While dropping foot, moving the gravity, bend your elbows and your hands meet in front of your abdomen. Left hand outside and right hand inside. Then stand up and rotate both hands outward to form a cropped hand in front of your collarbone. At this time, both palms are facing inward. Note that the right hand is on the outside at this time, left hand inside. We need to pay attention to this point. This is the curling form. Nurse, take a look from the back again. 1. Buckle your foot, up your hand with an arc. 2. Lift your knee and hands apart. 3. Lower your foot and move your gravity. Bend your elbows. 4. Stand up straight, not too straighten. Relax your knee slightly. 2 hands meet in front of your collarbone, which is the curling. Side view again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of curling, the next move is the find motion in 37 style. Rotate your arm inward, palm down, extend your hands, and let them be the same wide and height as your shoulders. Then relax your shoulders, bend your elbows and palms sink. Hands sit and press them down to the front of your hips gradually. Palm roots sink. The 5 fingers facing forward. After reaching this point, wrist relaxed. Release 5 fingers. Relax slowly. And then shift the gravity to the right, sinking onto the right leg. Lift the knee and leg, step the left and right foot together, and then upright in parallel. In the traditional routine 85 style, the hand falling down is a sign of curling, as 37 style is often used for performance and competitions. Curl steps can give a salute, which is more convenient for meeting the needs of a performance, so there is a curling step. In traditional Yang Taijiquan, there is no such action from the beginning. After practice, standing here, called the Wuji form, the starting and curling forms are all like this. I just mentioned the issue of curling steps, which is just in 37 style, not in traditional routine. Let's take a look at the opening and curling form together. Opening form. Up your hands at shoulder level, sinking your shoulders, drop your elbows, and sit your wrists here. Next is the left wadi nerve. After dropping, your hands sit here and palms still sit. Once you reach here, release your wrists and relax. Don't let your hand falling down to finish it, or slow down a little with weak hands. We still need to drop elbow, sit wrist, and sinking palm. Then press down. That's all for curling form. After learning this action, we have completed the 37 style of Yang Taijiquan. Over the year learning, we have gained a comprehensive understanding about traditional Yang Taijiquan. As we mentioned at the beginning, is a compilation of Yang Taiji without repetitive movements. As an introductory routine of the 85 style, or for students who already know 85 style routine, the 37 style is very good for performing competitions or practice with limited time. After all, the 37 style is not the 85 style. The connection forms of the traditional routine movements will be more complex, and more connections represent more technical and more methods of virtual and real. The exercise will be better. I hope everyone can deepen the understanding and love Yang's Taijiquan by starting. One of the important purposes of learning and practicing Taiji is to keep good health and present mood by the practice of 37 exercise. Thanks for your support and company over the past year. Thank you all here. I hope to have more opportunities in the future to answer everybody's questions or exchange some thoughts and experiences through online or offline communication. Thanks all.